Hi everyone, welcome to our first video of 2024, which is our review of the new CCM EFlex Pro Total Custom Goalie Skate. I've actually had these skates for a couple of months now. I wanted to give them a good test out on the ice to really understand all of the main features and technology within the skates before I made this video. Just so I knew what I was talking about, so I could give you a solid opinion and review of all of the main features of the skate and give you the best information possible. So as I mentioned, this is the total custom version of the skate. I was lucky enough to have my feet scanned way back in June of last year by the guys at CCM for this skate so that we would have it ready for when the skates launched towards the end of 2023. So a huge thank you to the guys at CCM for facilitating that for me in advance so that we could bring this video nice and early on in 2024. So just to go through the main features of the Goalie skate, the main one I wanted to talk about is the asymmetrical flex design. And what that means basically is how CCM shape the boot and how it sort of wraps around your foot. So if we look on the back of the skate there, we can see that on the inside of the skate, not the inside edge there, is cut a lot lower than the outside. So that's where the asymmetry is within the skate. And what that allows is sort of much more explosive direction changes. So it allows you to sort of move your foot and have the mobility in a way that allows you to make those quick direction changes, but without losing the stability on the outside of the skate, so that you've still got a nice sort of solid skate around you that supports your foot, but with a nice sort of asymmetrical cutout on the inside there that allows you to make those quick changes in direction when you need it and allow you to perform at a high level. The other main feature is the one-piece boot. So that's not brand new to CCM. They've done that for a couple of skate lines now, but it is a fantastic feature and it's one that's really, really noticeable. And what it allows is a lot more stability and direct energy transfer. So where there's just one piece in the boot, there's no sort of connections on the footbed, there's no weak spots within the boot. And added that with the benefit of it being a custom skate that's sort of molded to the shape of my foot, it means that there's no energy loss when I'm pushing through my foot into the ice. There's no flex points in the boot. There's no sort of shifting of the foot within the footbed there. It's direct energy from your foot into the ice. So it allows you to be sort of very, very responsive and quick on your feet. Similar to the asymmetrical design, it allows really sort of explosive movements and just the skate responding to exactly where you want your foot to be on the ice. So that's a huge feature there. One that I'm a huge fan of, having tried it on the ice now. The next one is the Adapt Memory Foam 2.0, which can be found throughout this skate. Most importantly in the tongue. The whole back of the tongue here is all sort of Adapt Memory Foam, and it's sort of even more injected down the bottom there, so to completely eliminate any kind of lace bite. But you also have it in these pads on the side of the ankles here and around the back of the heel. And that's just there for not just comfort, but sort of closer support around the foot as well. So it allows you to have a nice tight boot around your foot, but without it sort of digging in and having sort of pinch points within the skate there. So it just makes it a really, really comfortable and sort of supported feel inside the boot there. As we move down to the steel, we've got the new Step Steel 10F27 profile on the blades here. As we know, sort of Step Steel is exclusive to CCM skates now. And this new profile, it encourages forward leaning movement. So it helps to keep you balanced while you're sort of leaning forwards. As goalies, obviously we're on the front of the foot a lot more than we are on the back. So the profile just allows us to keep that sort of forward leaning movement without sort of losing balance or having your heel sort of lifting up off the ice at all there. I didn't think that would make a huge amount of difference, having sort of tried blades with no profile on them whatsoever and various blades throughout the years. But I was pleasantly surprised at sort of how well that allowed you to keep that forward leaning movement on the ice and how that transfers with the rest of the technology on the skate there. So just to talk through some of the custom options on the skates. Obviously you can choose the colour of the graphics. There's a list of colours there. I went with the silver just to keep it nice and neutral with most of the sets of gear that we review on the page here. You can choose a different tongue. If you wanted a D30 tongue, you can choose that as well. You can choose to have a holder that either matches the size of the skate or a slightly oversized holder if you wanted sort of longer steels on the ice. Just little things that you can choose whether you want wax laces or not. And yeah, so not a huge amount of options, but the biggest one being that it is custom molded to your feet. I think that sort of is the major selling point of this skate here, and it's one that I'd really advocate for if you do have the resources to do so. The difference between a custom molded skate and a retail skate are night and day. There's nothing wrong with retail skates. This is my first custom set of skates. I've used retail skates for the 28 years I've been playing up until this point, but there is a huge noticeable difference within that. So I think if you have the option to do so, definitely go down the custom route. Cost wise, it doesn't make much difference at all, but it does mean that you've got a skate that's completely tailored to your foot, and just the difference in feel is remarkable. So yeah, that's it. That's our initial review of the EFlex Pro Skate. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, as always, please leave them in the comments and give us a like and a follow on both Instagram and on YouTube. Every follow counts. It allows us to make more of this content. And yeah, thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for more videos later this year.